What is up, Bomb Squad? Welcome to the Burndown YouTube channel. It is early. I'm out here with the #1 WARR employee, Bobby. Hiking around a little bit, looking for some squirrels. Wait for Jason to get up, because we brought the Maliboom up. Those birds, man. We brought the Maliboom up to hopefully get either close or finalize the air conditioning. I have to run lines and bulkhead and dryer and all that stuff, and then Jason was working on some brackets, and we will share that and show you guys. And then my converter that I had in the car when I crashed it is back from my friend Truck Doug. So I haven't even opened the box. We threw it in the truck. We'll open that thing together and get a look at it. But he made some repairs. We did a cut and clean, and I was worried that the thing was hurt on the inside. I didn't want to stuff it in a new transmission and have something fail or be wrong. So I got that thing back. It looks good. He did a good job on it. We'll see if that thing works out. So that is the plan today, converter. And then as much as we can get done the AC, and hopefully get that charged, and it'd be rad to have AC. So when everybody wakes up, load the car in and get rolling. Right, Bobby? Bobby and I are going for a walk. We're going on an adventure. And then hopefully she listens to me. I don't lose her, then Jason kills me. Oh, she found a predator. Bobby. Bobby. Give me that. What are you doing? We got Boom inside. I haven't put it on the lift or done anything yet. I figure I would open this and share it with you guys and just make sure it's worth pulling my car apart to stuff this thing in there. Ooh, look at that. I haven't seen this since I sent it out. So let's pull it out of the box. Check it out. See how he did. Alright. So this thing was in the accident when I wrecked the car. And apparently the cover got tweaked just a little bit. But he did a cut and clean, looked at everything. It was actually missing a bearing, which he put in properly. And then I don't want to tip it up too high because I know it has fluid in it. But the holes, maybe we'll just hang it off the table. Hopefully not drop it on our heads. So these holes were tweaked too, because that's the hole I use on my flex plate. And he did, I don't know if he just helicoiled or whatever he did to get those nice. So technically I've got 3 other ones, so I think we only use 3. But all in all, she looks good. So we're going to stuff this in the car. And then the other cool thing is he had to put weight on it, but that's all the weight it took to balance it. So I feel like he did a fantastic job. And we'll put it in. We'll see how she works. It's been a little bit. Pulled this down, and then we will swap this out. So that is the plan. This is my quote-unquote backup converter, and it's like a stock bottom end style. So she's pretty soft. It gives up about 650 horsepower. It'll start pushing through, but it's really good for just kind of foot braking and general use. So this will end up in the wife's car, or it'll sit on the shelf in case we need something. All right, everybody, say hi to Jason.
Hi to Jason.
And Joe. Joe's still working. He pulled up conveniently enough right when we pulled the transmission out.
That's cute.
But he's helped put it back in, so he can't bust his balls too much. So what we're doing here is we are measuring the converter pullout. I have a whole video on that, but it needs to be done properly or you'll mess things up. So how are we looking?
1/8 goes in. No, like that.
1/8 inch? We're using a drill bit to measure. I guess we can not blind you guys.
And 3/16 doesn't, so you're good.
Yep, so max is 3/16 generally, and 1/8 is minimal, right?
Correct.
That's how we roll. I'm sure there's some converter voodoo people on here, but we've done that and had good luck. Technically, I had my power glide shimmed at 100, but 1/8 inch to 3/16, so we are good. That thing's money. That means no shims, no nothing. We'll just bolt that biatch down and then slam it back in when we get on the AC things. All right, everything is in. We had to do the converter bolt dance because these pads are shallow, so we have really shallow bolts. We're using all 6 bolts. Everything is in, should be tightened up. And Joe was nice enough to spritz my little deal because I didn't paint that last time, and then they made a good point. Put a drain hole, so in case it collects water. So we'll put it back down on the ground, fill it up with fluid, make sure the converter's good, and then we will start on some AC shenanigans. Got the transmission filled up, pressures, everything looked good. I haven't driven it or nothing, but it doesn't drag it down or anything, so I feel like we should be good. So we started to move on to this because we're already like halfway through the day. So we got stuff out of the way, and we have a ton of stuff in the way. So now we're just playing with mounts to figure out how the hell we can get it to work, hopefully with what I have. If not, you know, it's all prototyping, so if we got to make changes and do different things, we'll have to make it happen. We got Joe doing the hard work, putting the bulkhead in. And if you're wondering why we have 4 instead of 2, technically I have a heater. We're not going to use it, and this was cheaper. So I figured I'd just cut that thing, or just leave it. But we got one hole, and then we got the other hole, and then we should be able to do the lines from the inside, and then we can pick where we mount the dryer. And then Jason's still playing with the mount. His optimism isn't there, and he's thinking he might have to get an engine plate and play with it while I'm not here, so we can really get something dialed in. But he hasn't quit yet, so there's still hope, and then we can at least get all this stuff finalized. How goes the battle?
I don't know.
Man of confidence. So he's still mocking up and working on that. And then we got the power tools out on here. So what is this? It's fantastic.
It's just a hydraulic crimper.
And then it crimps all the different sides for that high pressure and low pressure.
Yeah, and you have just the different dies.
And then all your different sizes. So. And then
What do you think about this belt routing?
Hey, as long as it doesn't fall off.
Well, no guarantees.
That's a long span, yeah. But we can't run it because my stuff's there. What do you think?
I mean, I could do an idler down there.
Off of that. I'd like that better.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Yeah.
It just gives it less room to jump off.
Right.
Then we got this guy. Look at that fancy thing. Woo! Alright, back to it. Having flashbacks kind of last weekend. So I mounted all the stuff, and there's just not enough room even with it over. I thought on the hard line I could just jig jog it around this, but it ain't happening. So we have the standard hard line to soft line. So the solution to the problem, because I do have plenty of room back here, is going to be to just tilt the radiator back enough that we can just come straight through with it, right? So you can see where that's kind of there now. So I'll have to remake the top radiator mounts. So we'll see. Hopefully I can kind of salvage the stuff that we built last weekend, get lines and everything crimped and done and made, everything kind of in, and then if I just have to take it home and redo these, it won't be the end of the world. I already have, basically I just cut this part free from there, and I just have to make the new jig jog piece on both sides. So it is what it is. Sacrifice we're willing to make to run air conditioning. Oh, we got the bottom one here too. So this hose will have to come out and then go up as well, because the bottom's not going to move, just the top is going to get tilted back. But if we come up along this, we can strap it off to there, and I think it'll be all right. All right, we're still going. It's getting late in the day. Joe's barbecuing. We've got some hoses going in. I picked a spot for the dryer, and the plan is to get everything done, and then I can finalize mounting stuff and just mount things around everything, everything that's there. And then Jason has been milling in the vehicle. How's that coming along, sir?
Hand drill milling. That's the most precision way to fabricate parts.
It's like one of them. It's like a fancy brand name thing. It's handmade. It's handcrafted. That's what we got. That's what we tell people.
Sure. Yeah.
So he's handcrafting a hole in that just so we can make the rest of the mounts and standoffs and stuff. And we're basically have a prototype, a handmade prototype, and then we'll cut a pretty one, right? And at a certain point, we got to get the rest of the stuff all powder coated so it all matches. So that's the plan. So, and I think I might even powder coat one of these dudes.
I need a different color for the throttle body too.
Yeah, maybe we'll change it up this year. All right. What do you think, Bobby? My sentiments. Exactly. So it's a bit later. We did good, but we got stopped out by a belt. But all the lines are in. None of the stuff's mounted, but I figure I can do that stuff at home. But what I can't do is pull a vacuum on the system. So we got the vacuum pulled. So everything is in, hooked up, and the vacuum is pulled, but stuff is still loose, and I have to finalize that. But I didn't want to spend time trying to fabricate all that junk because I can do that at home. But this stuff, crimping lines, pulling vacuums, making brackets are not my deal. So this is just a mock-up deal. We'll have to make a nicer one, but we got to prove this out and make sure it works before we spend any extra effort on that. But all in all, I think this thing turned out rad. Obviously we'll have a fender on it and all that stuff, but everything should be pretty well accounted for. It goes through. It's all done on the inside as well. And we just got stopped out, like I said, by the belt. Jason has a ton of these things. We just don't have the right one. So looks like I will still be here in the morning. We're gonna run to AutoZone O'Reilly. I'm not gonna have time to really film all that stuff because I'm gonna be in a hurry, because I still have to put this thing back together, put it on the trailer, and go home at a decent time. So we're gonna wrap the video here, and then I will kind of overview the thing, I think, at the end of this video. Not the same day, but you'll get an idea what it looks like kind of put back together. But super stoked. Can't wait to run the thing. Have some AC kicking. And then we have the converter installed. Big shout out to Truck Doug for all the help and hard work on that thing, and I'll keep you posted, brother, on how it works. I guess you'll know, because the car will either run and be fine, or it won't. So thank you guys for following along. We're gonna clean up. It's been a really long day. As you can tell, Bobby is upset, and then Jason's off washing up or whatever. We're gonna hit the sack, and then, like I said, I gotta hit it early tomorrow and travel home. So thank you guys all for watching. We're this close to having air conditioning. Life's gonna be good. Until next time. Alright, it is Sunday evening. The Maliboom is home, back safe in the driveway. It's been a couple week project to get the air conditioning put in this thing, but I have to send a big giant shout out and thank you to the boys over at WARR Performance. They work feverishly to help me get this thing essentially as far as I needed it to get, so they could put it back into my hands and I could finish everything up. But essentially, when I get everything mounted hard, hell, I don't even have to hard mount it at this point. I would just have to hook up the electrical, and we would have air conditioning. Should have air conditioning, right? But giant shout out to Joe and Jason, especially for putting in the long hours and helping me. Shout out to Hugo and Wade also for hanging out. So it's good to see all the boys there. And we freaking barbecued. I ate like a king. We freaking worked like dogs, and I couldn't be happier. So we're essentially kind of finished with the streetcar race car portion of the deal. We'll start kind of sprucing her up, spiffing her up. We need to shake her down at the dyno, so I will start bothering my boy KP. We'll take her over, put her on the rollers now that we have the good converter in. Before we do that, we need to shake it down, make sure the converter functions and everything works properly. So shout out to my boy Truck Doug as well for that. So reach out to him, go follow his channel. He actually has the whole converter saga of fixing the converter that I have in here that was in the wreck when we crashed the car. So I've got an amazing team behind me. I feel like we're gonna have a hell of a street car, and I can't wait. I think the new goal is going to be race week next year. I'd like to be in the 8s, and I want this thing to be 8s with AC. Is what I'm gonna call the Maliboom 2.0 project comeback tour. I think that's what we're shooting for. So until next time, I appreciate y'all for watching. I know it's been a little boring, but I feel like we're making some good headway, and we have one hell of a hot rod. I haven't ever been more stoked on this car, and it's kind of weird considering it's way more beat up than it ever was before, but I'm way happier with it. So till next time, you guys know what to do. I'm out.
Rolling through the streets, yeah, I'm the king of the block. Got that dragon dry style, make your whole city rock. Maliboom gangster, with a touch of finesse. I'm burning rubber, raising hell, feel the heat, no stress. Turbo LS, under the hood, I'm moving quick. Nicky tires grip the road, make them stick like a trick. She sloppy too, we got a hit in 08. In the WARR Performance parts all over the place. The bomb squad's